Rich People Are Different, 17 Mindset Shifts That Made Me Rich, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Harv Eker. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly while others struggle no matter how hard they work? Is it a matter of luck, inheritance, or something deeper? Here's the truth. It's not about your bank account. It's about your mindset. And the way you think about money could be the one thing holding you back from the life you dream of. I wasn't always someone who understood this. In fact, for most of my life, I struggled financially. I worked long hours, lived paycheck to paycheck, and thought that if I just worked harder, I'd eventually break through. But it never happened. I felt stuck, constantly blaming the economy, my circumstances, and even my upbringing for why I wasn't getting ahead. That all changed when I stumbled upon Harv Eker's Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. The principles in this book flipped my world upside down. Suddenly, I realized that my thoughts and beliefs about money, not my circumstances, were the root of my financial struggles. When I started applying these mindset shifts, my life began to transform. Today, I'm sharing the 17 mindset shifts from Secrets of the Millionaire Mind that made me rich. These shifts aren't just theories. They're practical, life-changing strategies that you can start applying today. Stick with me till the end because Mindset 17 is a game changer. It will forever change the way you think about wealth. 1, rich people believe they create their life. Poor people believe life happens to them. Do you believe you have control over your life, or do you feel like a victim of your circumstances? This is one of the most fundamental differences between the rich and everyone else. Rich people take complete ownership of their lives. They don't blame the government, the economy, or their past for where they are. Instead, they ask themselves, what can I do to change my situation? Poor people, on the other hand, often fall into a victim mindset. They point fingers at external factors, saying things like, the system is rigged, or I didn't get the same opportunities as others. While those statements may feel valid, they also take away your power to change your life. Here's an example. Imagine 2 people who lose their jobs during an economic downturn. One person says, this is unfair. I can't believe this happened to me, and waits for something to change. The other person says, okay, this is tough, but what's my next move? What skills can I learn? Or what business can I start to create new opportunities? The second person is adopting a rich mindset. They're taking control of their life. Rich people play to win, poor people play not to lose. Are you making decisions from a place of fear or ambition? This is another key difference. Rich people play to win. They take calculated risks and focus on opportunities that can lead to big rewards. Poor people, on the other hand, often play it safe. They avoid risks because they're more focused on not losing what they already have. Think about it. Have you ever turned down an opportunity because you were afraid of failing? Maybe it was a business idea or an investment, and you thought, what if it doesn't work out? Rich people ask a different question. What if it does? Here's an example. Starting my first business was terrifying. I was scared of losing money, failing, and what people might say. But I realized that if I never tried, I'd be stuck in the same place forever. So I played to win. And even though I made mistakes along the way, the experience taught me lessons that eventually led to my success. If you're constantly playing not to lose, you'll stay in your comfort zone, but that's not where growth happens. Remember, the biggest risk is often not taking one. 3, rich people think big, poor people think small. How big are your dreams? Rich people think big, while poor people focus on small, incremental improvements. When I first started learning about the millionaire mindset, I realized how much time I wasted on small, low-value tasks. I would spend hours comparing prices to save a few dollars or searching for deals on groceries, thinking I was being smart with my money. But what I didn't realize was the opportunity cost of my time. For instance, I once spent an entire Saturday driving to 3 different stores just to save $20 on my shopping. I was so proud of myself until I realized I had spent 6 hours to save $20. That meant I was valuing my time at just over $3 an hour. Compare that to a business idea I had ignored earlier that month because I thought it was too risky. That idea could have made me thousands of dollars, but I was too busy chasing pennies. Rich people don't think this way. They understand the value of their time and focus on activities that create massive results. They don't worry about saving a few dollars. They think about earning millions. Ask yourself, how much is your time worth? Are you chasing small savings, or are you focusing on high-value activities that can transform your life? 4, rich people focus on opportunities. Poor people focus on obstacles. When you see a challenge, do you immediately think of all the reasons it won't work, or do you start brainstorming ways to make it happen? This mindset is crucial. Rich people focus on opportunities. They see every situation, even problems, as a chance to grow, innovate, or create value. Poor people, however, often fixate on the obstacles, letting fear and doubt paralyze them. For example, let's say you're presented with a business opportunity. A rich mindset asks, what can I do to make this successful? What resources or connections can I leverage? Meanwhile, a poor mindset responds with, what if I fail? What if I lose money? The truth is, challenges will always exist. How you approach them determines your success. When I started my first business, I could have easily focused on the fact that I didn't have enough experience or funding. Instead, I focused on the opportunity, the chance to solve a problem and serve people. By staying solution-oriented, I found ways to bootstrap my business, gain skills, and attract customers. That initial mindset shift was the foundation for everything I've built since then. 5, rich people admire other successful people. Poor people resent them. Be honest. How do you feel when you see someone in a luxury car or a mansion? Do you think, wow, that's inspiring. I want to learn how they did it. Or do you assume they cheated, got lucky, or were born into it? This attitude makes a huge difference. Rich people admire success. They see other people's achievements as proof that they too can succeed. They look for lessons and inspiration from those who have already achieved what they desire. Poor people, on the other hand, often resent successful individuals. They see wealth as unfair or corrupt, and in doing so, block themselves from learning the habits and strategies that lead to success. When I started shifting my mindset, I actively sought out stories of successful people. Instead of feeling jealousy, I felt motivated. I started to think, if they can do it, why not me? This admiration turned into action as I adopted their habits and began to see similar results in my life. 6, rich people associate with positive, successful people. Poor people associate with negative, unsuccessful people. Who's in your circle? They say you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I've found this to be 100% true. Rich people understand the power of their environment. They surround themselves with others who are driven, ambitious, and positive. This not only inspires them, but also holds them accountable to higher standards. Poor people, however, often spend time with those who complain, make excuses, or settle for less. Over time, this negativity becomes contagious, keeping them stuck in the same patterns. When I started focusing on my financial growth, I realized that some of my relationships were holding me back. It wasn't easy, but I had to distance myself from people who drained my energy and align myself with those who challenged me to think bigger. By doing this, I gained new perspectives, valuable connections, and a support system that pushed me toward success. 7, rich people are willing to promote themselves. Poor people think self-promotion is bad. Do you feel uncomfortable talking about your achievements or selling your ideas? If so, you're not alone. Many people have been taught that self-promotion is arrogant or pushy. But here's the reality. If you don't believe in yourself and your value, why should anyone else? Rich people understand that self-promotion isn't about bragging. It's about sharing your value with the world. Whether it's pitching a business idea, applying for a job, or selling a product, they're willing to step into the spotlight and advocate for what they bring to the table. Poor people, on the other hand, often shy away from self-promotion, fearing rejection or judgment. When I first started building my brand, I felt awkward promoting my services. But then I realized something. If I truly believed my work could help people, it was my responsibility to let them know about it. This shift in perspective not only boosted my confidence, but also opened doors to opportunities I never thought possible. 8, rich people think in terms of net worth. Poor people focus on income. How often do you think about your total wealth versus just your paycheck? This is a critical distinction. Rich people focus on building their net worth. This includes assets like investments, properties, and businesses. Poor people, however, often fixate on their income, believing that earning a higher salary is the key to wealth. Here's the problem. A high income doesn't guarantee financial freedom. If you're spending everything you earn, you're still living paycheck to paycheck no matter how much you make. Rich people understand that wealth comes from accumulating assets that generate income and appreciate over time. I used to think that getting a raise or a better paid job was the solution to my money problems. But as soon as I started tracking my net worth and focusing on investments, I realized the true path to financial security. I began prioritizing saving, investing, and building assets over simply earning more. And that's when my financial situation truly changed. 9, rich people manage their money well. Poor people mismanage their money. Do you know exactly where your money goes each month, or are you constantly wondering why there's more month left than money? One of the biggest differences between the rich and the poor is how they handle their finances. Rich people track every dollar, create budgets, and prioritize investments over impulsive spending. Poor people often spend without a plan, living paycheck to paycheck with little thought for the future. When I started managing my money, I realized how much I was wasting on unnecessary expenses, things that added no real value to my life. The rich think differently. They make their money work for them through investments, savings, and strategic spending. A practical tip: start with a simple budget. Write down all your income and expenses for the month. Identify areas where you can cut back and redirect that money into an emergency fund or investment account. Wealth doesn't come from earning more alone. It's about how you manage what you have. Remember, what gets measured gets improved. 10, rich people act in spite of fear. Poor people let fear stop them. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's taking action despite it. The rich understand this deeply. They feel fear just like everyone else, but they don't let it paralyze them. Instead, they use it as a signal to grow. Poor people, on the other hand, often let fear dictate their decisions, keeping them stuck in their comfort zones. I remember when I invested in my first business venture, I was terrified. What if it failed? What if I lost all my money? But instead of giving into those fears, I reminded myself that failure is just a stepping stone to success. I took the leap, learned from my mistakes, and ultimately built something that changed my life. Here's the truth: fear will never go away entirely. But every time you act in spite of it, you build confidence and resilience. The more you face your fears, the more you realize they were never as big as you made them out to be. 11, rich people learn and grow constantly. Poor people think they already know. When was the last time you read a book, took a course, or sought advice from a mentor? The rich are perpetual students. They know that knowledge and skills are the ultimate assets. Poor people, however, often think they already know enough, or they resist learning because it requires time, effort, and humility. I'll never forget the day I picked up Harv Eker's Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. It was like a light bulb went off. That one book shifted my perspective and set me on a path of continuous learning. Since then, I've read dozens of books, attended seminars, and worked with mentors. Every new insight has helped me grow my wealth and mindset. Start small, commit to reading one book a month or listening to a podcast on personal finance. The more you learn, the more you'll earn, not just in money, but in opportunities, in personal growth. 12, rich people see money as a tool. Poor people see it as the root of all evil. Do you believe money is bad or that wanting it makes you greedy? This mindset is a major roadblock for many. Rich people see money as a tool, a means to create freedom, opportunities, and impact. Poor people, influenced by cultural or societal beliefs, often see it as the root of all evil. Think about this. Money is neutral. It's neither good nor bad. It's a resource that amplifies who you are. If you're kind and generous, money allows you to help more people. If you're selfish, it can amplify that too. The key is your mindset and how you use it. When I started viewing money as a tool rather than something to fear or resent, my financial life changed. I began using it to invest in my future, support causes I care about, and create the lifestyle I desired. Change your relationship with money and you'll unlock its true potential. 13, rich people get paid based on results. Poor people get paid based on time. Think about your work. Are you trading hours for dollars, or are you creating value that scales beyond your time? Poor people often focus on hourly wages, believing that working harder or longer is the key to earning more. Rich people, on the other hand, focus on results. They create systems, products, or services that generate income regardless of their time investment. I used to work long hours at a job that capped my income. No matter how hard I worked, I couldn't break through the ceiling. Then I started looking at ways to create value through a side business, investments, and passive income streams. The more I focused on results rather than time, the more my income grew exponentially. If you're stuck trading time for money, start thinking about how you can leverage your skills or knowledge to create something scalable. It could be writing a book, building a course, or starting a business. The shift from time to results is one of the most powerful ways to build wealth. 14, rich people think abundance, poor people think scarcity. Do you believe there's enough for everyone, or do you see the world as a zero-sum game? One of the most profound differences between the rich and the poor is their perspective on abundance versus scarcity. Rich people operate from an abundance mindset. They believe opportunities, money, and resources are limitless. Poor people, however, often think in terms of scarcity, seeing life as a pie where if someone else gets a bigger slice, there's less left for them. This scarcity mindset leads to jealousy, fear, and a reluctance to take risks. When I adopted an abundance mindset, everything changed. Instead of resenting others for their success, I began to see it as proof of what was possible for me. I stopped hoarding my resources out of fear and started sharing, collaborating, and investing in opportunities. Here's a practical shift. Instead of saying, I can't afford this, ask yourself, how can I afford this? This simple change in language pushes you to think creatively and find solutions rather than focusing on limitations. The truth is, the more you give and believe in abundance, the more you attract it into your life. 15. Rich people think both, poor people think either or. Why choose between wealth and happiness when you can have both? The rich think expansively, refusing to settle for binary choices. Poor people, on the other hand, often limit themselves with either or thinking. I can either have a successful career or a happy family, or I can either save money or enjoy life. This limiting mindset stems from a fear of overreaching. But the truth is, the two aren't mutually exclusive. The rich ask better questions. How can I have both? By thinking this way, they uncover creative solutions that allow them to balance multiple priorities. For example, when I started my entrepreneurial journey, I feared that building wealth would mean sacrificing time with loved ones. But instead of accepting this trade-off, I looked for ways to design my business around my life. Today, I enjoy financial freedom and meaningful relationships. The key is to challenge yourself to think beyond either/or and embrace both/and. Life is as abundant as your mindset allows it to be. 16. Rich people invest in themselves. Poor people don't. How much have you invested in your personal growth this year? The rich understand that the best investment isn't in stocks or real estate. It's in themselves. They prioritize education, skills, and self-improvement because they know these are the foundations of long-term success. Poor people often see self-investment as an expense rather than an asset. They'll hesitate to spend money on courses, books, or mentorships, not realizing these are the tools that unlock greater opportunities. When I started investing in myself, attending seminars, hiring coaches, and reading voraciously, my income and confidence skyrocketed. Think about this. Every dollar you spend on personal growth has the potential to return tenfold or more. Whether it's learning a new skill, improving your health, or mastering your mindset, the benefits compound over time. Rich people take action quickly. Poor people procrastinate. Have you ever missed out on an opportunity because you waited too long to decide? The rich understand that speed matters. They take action quickly and adjust as they go, while poor people often procrastinate, overthink, and let fear keep them stuck. I'll never forget the time I had the chance to invest in a promising startup. I didn't have all the answers, but I acted quickly based on what I knew. That decision turned out to be one of the best I've ever made, leading to a significant return on investment. If I'd hesitated, someone else would have taken that opportunity. The lesson here is clear: action beats perfection. The perfect time will never come, and waiting for it will only leave you behind. Start now, even if you don't feel 100% ready. Whether it's launching a business, pursuing a dream, or investing in a new venture, Taking that first step is what sets the rich apart from everyone else. With that said, thanks for watching, and until the next time.